Hey, Dane.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Dawn, and hello, everybody watching live or on the replay. Welcome to Drumsticks After Dark. This is the third show that I've done of this, and I've really enjoyed coming live on Sunday nights to chat with everyone while the weekend is wrapping up and while we get ready to delve into a new week. Of course, everyone's schedules can be different, so not everyone has the Monday to Friday life. Let
Hey,
me
Jennifer.
click the, the little banner there. Come back to the comments. Hey, Jennifer, welcome in, and hello, Tina and Chuck, welcome in. Great to have you all here. I have never felt less prepared, but so eager to stream in my life. So I
Let's just wing it,
will just wing it. And, I did pull out. I'm having some trouble with my allergies right now because we've been so dry. And so I needed some tissues. Let me show my tissue box.
Aw, cute.
I've had this. I got this from the dollar store. I don't know when, but it's been waiting to be opened.
Are they Kleenex? Are they
They're
Kleenex
Kleenex,
brand?
yeah.
Cool.
It's just a little
Jonathan says Oscar update Avatar just won the Visual Effects Award. So, yeah.
Oh, and hello, Jonathan, and welcome for that. I was just saying how I had no idea like what we were going to talk about. Oscar update Avatar just won the visual effects award. They have taken so long to create the technology. They were destined to win it, or shall I say, they blew it out of the water. I'm looking forward to seeing that when it's available to watch on Disney Plus.
We went and saw it, Dane. Jeff and I went and saw it, and we enjoyed it. Now, Jeff is a diver, and so he enjoyed it quite a bit, because of the fact that it's a water movie, basically. And we enjoyed it. I wasn't just blown away by it, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I haven't, and I don't. Yeah, I haven't been. I can't remember the last movie I've been to at the theaters. I don't generally. I'm not a huge on the movie theaters unless someone has given me a ticket or a gift card. I had someone gave me the Regal Cinemas gift card one time, and I went to a few movies. So I did enjoy those. Several years ago, I went to see the one showing I actually had the whole theater to myself was when I saw Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And so I walked in there. It was gonna start in like 5 minutes, and I walked into the theater hoping it wasn't packed, and it was opposite that. I was the only person in the theater. So I walked my happy self halfway up, right in the middle,
There you
and
go.
I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
And I had gotten popcorn, which
Jennifer, how
cool. All your movies are free.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
I love
cool.
to go. I love to go to the movie theater. And speaking of Jonathan and everybody in the chat, I'm curious. Now, I have gotten so far away from the Oscars that I don't even know, the nominees. I haven't even looked at it. But what do you guys think is going to win Best Picture? I saw I heard a little bit about it because I was watching kind of a talk show this morning, and they kind of made their predictions for what they thought was going to win. What I love is when the movie that wins is something that not only have I not seen, I've never even heard of. So yeah. But you know what I haven't seen yet, Dean? And that's Quantum Mania. Have you seen Quantum Mania?
I have not seen that yet. That is the other one that's in my queue to watch. But give me 1 second. I'm looking up, seeing if I can show the nominations, because I have no idea.
I have not. I just haven't paid attention. I know they probably made somehow in the news. I missed. I know they make those announcements, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever before. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm wearing green tonight because we're coming up on St. Patrick's Day. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I've got a St. Patrick's thing, but I've got a special come in Thursday, everyone. I have a special edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg on Thursday for St. Patrick's Day. Let me come over here. I need to share screen. Share.
Yeah, see, I don't even know. I mean, I know that Avatar was nominated. There was one other one that I actually did know about that was nominated. And let's see.
All right. Let me see here. I just went to oscars.org, which I thought seemed promising. Okay, they want me to accept the cookies. I'm still waiting on all the cookies I have accepted over the years from all the websites. So, I guess that's the list here. The 95th Academy Awards 2023. Let me see if I can. 100 there we go. 125%. Let's see here. Nominees by category. And I guess they list everything, don't they? Actress.
Oh, I know that Top Gun? That was the other I was thinking about. I think Top Gun was nominated, which kind of surprised me. Jonathan said Everything or Nothing. That's the one that I heard that somebody said they felt like Everything or Nothing was going to win like 5 or 6. So, and I don't know anything about that film. So, but I do.
So the nominees: actor in a leading role, Austin Butler, Colin Farrell.
I did not see Elvis.
And I'm just gonna scroll really slowly down. Brendan Fraser, The Whale. Seems like I saw a preview for that, and it looked interesting. I'm not sure. And then we've got Paul Mescal and Bill
After Sun.
Mr. Bill. Those are actor in a leading role. And then we come down to actor in a supporting role.
Let's see.
Ke Huy Quan. Everything Everywhere
all at once.
Oh, that was the winner. It says here that was the winner of the nominee.
Oh, okay, so they've already done actor in a supporting role.
Brendan, was there a winner up here? No, those are just nominees. Okay. So we don't know a winner up there yet. Brendan.
Progress.
Leeson. Brian.
Oh, the whale won Best Makeup. That's interesting. Now, Brendan Fraser, I have seen just, in passing how you do when you're scrolling, through your phone or whatever. I have seen pictures from that movie, but I need to check it out. I have no idea what it's about or any of that. I know that actress in a leading role. Let's see, what is it? Kate Blanchett, She's
Kate
such
Blanchett. From Tar.
Tar. See, hadn't heard of.
I don't know that one. Anna de Armas in Blonde. I don't know that one. Andrea Riseborough to Leslie. I might have heard that name. I don't think I saw any kind of. See, a lot of these I just don't. I'm not familiar with.
And the rest of them, I don't
Williams.
even know. I
Michelle
recognize
Williams.
Michelle Williams, but the rest of them I don't.
Okay, actress in a
or Jamie Lee Curtis.
role. Jamie
Angela
Lee Curtis was the winner. Okay, Everything Everywhere.
Jamie Lee Curtis was the winner. Okay, there's one for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, which I know nothing about.
And Angela Bassett and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I still have not seen Wakanda Forever. I need to watch that.
Confession, I have not watched it all the way through either. So yeah.
There's the whale Hong Chow.
Yeah, she did it. Animated feature film. What one for animated feature film? Pinocchio one for Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. Those were animated feature.
I was totally not impressed with Red. Let's see.
Cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front. One, and then we've got nominees: Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and then Tar again.
I'll have to check them out. Costume design, Black Panther. That sounds logical.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Babylon. Now that's one that I recognize the name, but again, I've just kind of been unplugged, and so many times, Oscar nominees are not films that did very well at the box office, or at least that's kind of what's happened in the last few years. But I honestly have not watched the Oscars in a while. They got to be way too political for me, so I just
all the shows seem to just be doing that.
I don't care for it, I honestly, I have not. I'll tell you, it's been a while. I don't even remember what year, but the last Oscars that I watched with interest and anticipation was when Forrest Gump won for Best Film. That has been a while. So after that, they lost me. That's been a long time. Oh my goodness. Stranger Things film editing.
Editing. There's this Banshees of Inisherin. That title just seems kind of interesting.
Top Gun Maverick.
And those were in film editing.
Okay. I loved Top Gun. I thought it was fantastic. It was such a great, normally the sequel is not as good as the original. And I thought this one absolutely did it justice. I thought it was a great sequel.
So makeup and hairstyling. The winner was The Whale.
It's like The Whale is coming through there. Music, original score.
Original score, All Quiet.
Babylon. Everything Ever. How many awards was Everything Everywhere All at Once nominated for? It must have been nominated for several.
I'm wondering if
Oh, we can look. We can look at that.
But anyway, why don't we come away from there, since there's so many movies we all know.
What was did we see Best Film? Did we see the nominees for Best Film? Maybe that was towards the end.
International feature. Makeup and hairstyling. Music. Original song.
Looked at that.
Best picture.
Best picture. Okay. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar: Way of Water. I think there were like 10 nominees. That seems like a lot to me. Are there usually songs,
production design, short film? Oh, what was that? Oh, animated, short film animated. That's animated.
Yeah, if you're looking for a best film, you passed it, Dean.
Oh, okay. What was sound? Visual effects. Let me come down and see what all the categories are. This is writing, adapted screenplay, writing, original screenplay. Oh, and that's the end. Okay, so best.
Visual effects is always an interesting one. Let's see. Short film.
Production. Production.
I think that set is best picture.
Best picture. Is that what you were looking for, or no, best?
So we've got 10 nominated. I did hear that on that little news piece. Elvis, Everything Everywhere, Tar, Top Gun, Triangle of Sadness.
So women the last talking, 4 or 5. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I've heard of Women Talking, but not. I think that was. Didn't hear favorable stuff about Women Talking. Let's see. So Avatar, I thought Avatar was good. I'm not surprised that it has been, it's been nominated for several things. The Avatar movies are amazingly complicated to make. So you've got all these, these different pieces. You've got your, costuming and makeup and visual effects, and I mean all of those things are really good in the Avatar movie. So they, it could conceivably be nominated in more categories, I think, than they were. But anyway, it's fun to look.
It was fun to check that out. Take the pop that away there.
Let's see. I started Annie Hall. I don't remember Annie Hall. I'd have to look that one up. Sounds like they nominated all feature-length films produced this year. Well, that they may have, Tina, because I mean, it was not a good year for movies, y'all. I think Top Gun Maverick kind of pulled everybody back into the theater. I think Maverick was one that really, got us all out, because obviously some movies are big screen. You got to see them on the big screen, and that was definitely one. And Maverick was, you had the emotional side of it. It's about redemption. Really, it's a movie about, redemption, and it's a very emotional movie. But it gave us all something to cheer about again. It was like the first one. It was it felt it was made in the old style of filmmaking. I think when we go to the movies to feel good, it gave us something to cheer about, and I really appreciated that. And Tom Hanks was just fantastic in it. He hit a home run. Got to give credit where credit is due. He did a great job with it. 1978. Well, I won't tell you how old I was in 1978. I was a child.
Yeah, well, I know. I wasn't born then.
All right, Dean. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that was interesting to kind of look that up and see see what the movies were. So this
I'm sure we'll see all of the recap, tomorrow on the news and all over social media. We'll see the recap of what.
Yeah, all they showed Little Mermaid
teaser.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen some of the previews and things that they've already put out for that. As far as live actions goes, it's probably going to be average. I
About the
expect.
same as most of
I'm
the live
curious. I
action.
mean, I'm curious enough, that I am gonna, watch it at least, once just to see what they come out with. But
Tina.
uh,
uh,
and I kind of feel the same way about the Peter Pan and Wendy movie that they're doing.
I do too, Dean. I agree 100%. I think from what I've seen, um, the Little Mermaid is going to just toss it on the heap, with the rest of the live actions. There are very few live actions that I have been actually impressed with. Cinderella was one. They got Cinderella right. I did enjoy Beauty and the Beast, and The Jungle Book was
I
also
enjoyed, yeah, I
also
enjoyed those.
good. But the rest of them, I thought Aladdin was just, there were parts of it that I liked, but for the most part,
Yeah, there were parts of that. I never. The Lion
yeah,
King
Dumbo was
was
terrible.
the
Dumbo
Lion
was
King was
awful.
Dumbo. I watched the first 5 minutes, and then I
Mhm.
had like a Dory moment, so I turned it off, and I never went back. And that was like probably a year after it came out. So, the Lion King. Let me talk about the Lion King.
Oh,
I started it. I actually like their interpretation. I like the live version of the Circle of Life at the beginning. Then
mhm.
after that, the rest of the movie just went downhill.
Like the
And
sled.
yeah, and I was just very underwhelmed by it. They threw in that song from what's her name, Beyonce,
Beyonce.
and that just it was kind of just weird.
Mm,
And
yeah.
so it did not feel the love that night. Let's just
Oh, no,
just leave it at that.
I wasn't either, Dean. I was right there with you. Uh, it, there were pieces of that. There were pieces of it that were good. And interestingly enough, guys, John Favreau worked on that movie. That's one of his only bombs, as far as I'm concerned. He usually does a much better job than that. But uh, the one of the problems with the live actions was that they were releasing them so fast that I think they were not giving each movie its due. They were
Yeah,
putting out, and they were just putting them out too quickly, and there was no way to do a good job with them, which is really sad because when you have, when you're excuse me, excuse me, when you're remaking classics, get it right. Come on now, you know you're remaking beloved classic animated films and you're putting them in the live action, but yeah, they blew it on most of those. Tina says agrees with me that Dumbo was terrible, and with Dumbo they had a good shot with that one. Tina, they had, the cinematography was really nice, the sets were nice, but the story just wasn't there, which is testament that you can have all the elements, but if the script is horrible, you're just out of luck. Tina says I was okay with Beauty and the Beast live action. In some ways, it made more sense and explained the period more than the animated version. The rest. What about Cinderella, Tina? I love Cinderella. I thought they got Cinderella right. I thought, um, oh, Lily James was perfect for Cinderella. I thought they just hit a home run with the cinematography and the sets. Kate Blanchett as, uh, mother, stepmom, Lady Tremaine was fantastic. I enjoyed Cinderella. Cinderella to me is the best one that they've done. So, what do
Yeah,
you think?
you know what? I saw that and it's been a while, but the thing with that is for some reason I'm not sure what's going on or what the deal is with it, but it is not on Disney Plus.
It is
I have
not.
I've
I
looked
don't know
I
why.
double checked it recently and um that's very unfortunate
It
because I
is.
would really like to check that out again. But you know,
Yes.
yeah,
Tammy,
back
you'll
to
trust
the
me, you'll love it. You'll love if you go find Cinderella. I bought it on DVD for my girls, and I even went ahead and purchased the soundtrack as well. Um, but yes, and uh what's her name? Plays Cinderella's mom. She's Agent Carter in the Marvel movies. And I have totally lost her name. What's help me out, y'all? Help me out in the chat. Agent Carter in the Marvel movies. She played and did a fantastic job, but she was blonde, and so it's I had to I watched her when she came on the screen. I thought, okay, I know who this is, but I can't figure out who it is. And it finally hit me that's who it was because she's blonde, and so she doesn't look at all like herself. But yeah, a Pocahontas live action that would work. I hope so, Jonathan. I really have high hopes for that one. I have really high hopes for that one. Um, Haley Atwell. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for
that
the
really
assist,
okay.
Haley Atwell.
Let me look up. Since we have a Cinderella live action. Let me look Disney. I'm gonna see if we can find out why
It's not on Disney
it's not
Plus.
on Disney Plus.
Does anybody know in the chat? I don't know what's not on Disney Plus. It was on Netflix for a while, and I honestly don't know if it's on any of the live streaming services right now. I haven't done a search in a while, but again,
Okay, so the first result I get on Google is
it's on Amazon, Tina says.
on
Uh-oh.
from Disney Plus Informer.com. Says the short answer as to why Cinderella 2015 isn't on Disney Plus is due to existing contracts with other streaming services. Disney
Mhm.
created many deals with different streaming services such as Netflix, HBO, Stars, etc. This makes perfect sense as up till until 2019 Disney didn't have a streaming home for their movies.
Right, right. So
So
they were on. Yeah, they put them on Netflix. Many of them were on Netflix. So it's on Amazon Prime. Well, I may pull it up and.
okay, see, I've got Amazon Prime, so I can.
Mhm. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very good. The guy that they have playing the prince is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's just very well done, in my opinion. It gives you some background on the prince and his father. It's good. It's good. You'll
Well,
enjoy
in
it.
one live action that um, was made, that was several years before live action was cool. They did 101 Dalmatians, I think, in the
That's
90s
true.
with
True.
was it
Glenn
Glenn Close
Close.
as Cruella, which I actually thought, and I liked that one.
Hmm. I thought she did a nice job too. She was a great choice for Cruella. Yeah, and the costuming was just incredible in that movie. I agree. I thought that's true.
Yeah,
I agree about that one. But yeah,
so
that
jumping,
one was
yeah,
made
a
before they started cranking them out.
yeah. When they got a
Cookie cutter.
live action itis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a Pocahontas. I mean, I think my personal opinion, I think since they already started, I think they just need to go down the list and make them all live, and then get it out of their system, and then move on with some original stuff.
Right. Yeah.
They're doing so the Little Mermaid's coming out, the Peter Pan and Wendy coming out. I think I saw somewhere. Are they working on a Hercules? I thought I heard that name potentially in the works. That would be an interesting to see. That's interesting. It's kind of interesting. There's that word again. Interesting. Kind of my attitude as I keep hearing about them. Oh, live action, whatever, coming whenever. I'm like, oh, that will be interesting. And then it's like, oh, that was interesting.
That's all you can muster is just
next.
That's turn the page.
I got something else to scroll past.
Yeah, throw it on the pile. Like I said, just throw it on the pile with the others. Tina said that's what I meant about live action movies that explain the period and such. The problem with Cruella makes it seem like she likes Dalmatians. No, oh, it did? Okay. See, guys, I don't remember. I remember how fantastic the costuming was in that, but when they're thinking of doing Tarzan, when they that like with Aladdin, okay, with Aladdin, they changed it too much for me. Aladdin. I didn't like
Aladdin. I think while I was watching it, I think I kind of, because I was like taking it in, the first time.
Right, Jonathan.
Jenna said, I think they're thinking of doing Tarzan. I thought I maybe heard that, but Jennifer said Dean needs to send me a list of must-see Disney movies, upcoming or recent.
Okay.
Well, this isn't terribly recent, but I've rewatched recently, within the past month, I've rewatched, what was it? Inside Out. I watched it within the past month, and I really enjoyed it. I actually forgot that, it was a really good movie. It was a lot of fun. So I did watch that. But I mean, as far as movies go, I don't watch a ton. I had watched that. I wanted to rewatch The Good Dinosaur. That came out a number of years ago. I remember I really enjoyed the animation in that. There was one shot in particular that showed water, and it was just really realistic, I thought. Which really just proved that the animation was just great in that movie. And unfortunately, it's like super underrated. But I thought it was really enjoyable, and I've only seen it like the one time.
Two sleepers that I always recommend for people that several have never seen are Meet the Robinsons, which is an excellent movie, and Emperor's New Groove. Those are two. It seems like that Emperor's New Groove is hilarious. It just is. And Meet the Robinsons is just really good. And those two they just don't get enough love. I don't think they don't get enough play, but they are both on Disney Plus if y'all want to check those two out.
I've seen Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, it's funny. It's a really funny movie. I need to watch Meet the Robinsons. Let me make a note.
You'll enjoy it, Dean. You'll enjoy it.
Meet the Okay. So there you go. There's my list. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow, so I might just turn that on tomorrow. Jonathan says,
wow. Yeah.
we get a CG live action of Fantasia. That will be crazy to pull off. Well, they could pull it off. I think if I remember right, they were gonna do something with specifically the Chernobog. It seems like I read something about them floating that idea. I don't know if that ever went anywhere. But as far as like, the rest of Fantasia, especially if they could do something with like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, like it's actually Mickey. I know they made a Sorcerer's Apprentice that was like people, but they could, have Mickey with the sorcerer's hat and, do something kind of with that. That would be
good too.
That's the thing with Fantasia too, and it might not work as a live action because it's a feature film. How it was done, but it's a lot of segments. So
the CGI for a project like that would cost millions probably. I mean, if you did it right. I think they could really, with as far as CGI has come, the quality of it these days, that it could be really amazing visually. But it would have to be a lot of CGI. I mean, you wouldn't have any choice, I don't think, but to have a lot of it be CGI.
Yeah. But what's the other live action that they came out with that I was underwhelmed with? Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon was the other live action one that I watched.
Now, now you're talking about the one with Bryce Dallas Howard.
The live action one, and
it was pretty good. I kind of enjoyed that.
I thought it was okay, but there's a performance of Candle on the Water in there from, I don't know his name. It's definitely it's on the soundtrack, but I think it plays under the credits, and the guy sounds depressed and ready to like jump off a bridge or something. It's just lacking. I just listened to him like he sounds like he's ready to go jump. And he's like, I'll be your candle. I'm like, what? I mean, I know it's a slow song, but it struck. That's how it struck me, and
so the performance left something to be desired, shall we say.
But
I thought that was okay. That was, it was passable. It was passable. I wasn't as unhappy with that one as I was some of the rest of them. And what they did, with some of the others, they changed them to the point that they changed the story too much, and took you up. You were like, I mean, we all know some of the animated films by heart, and so you're headed down this this one direction, and all of a sudden they veer off into a hairpin curve, and you're like, oh no. That's kind of how I felt with with a lot of the live actions, but they are going to continue to make them. They do make some money on them, and it's like you said, Dean, they'll just have to run their course because it appears they're going to continue to throw those out there.
Yeah, they're just, once you start, you just got to keep going, and like diarrhea, it'll run its course. Once it runs out, there's nothing left. um, then we'll be glad when it's done, and then they can, make.
Whoa.
I would be
What's your
interested to
think?
see
Quit. Stop beating around the bush, Dean. Tell us what you actually think.
exactly. It's just kind of like at this point, that's what it's like. You know, um, if you're gonna, I'm actually would be curious to see what they do with a live action Frozen.
Hmm. Hmm.
Would be a really interesting how they would do.
That's true. They'll get
Yeah.
to it.
Oh well, I mean they tackled Dumbo. And I thought, to go back to Dumbo, even if the movie is lousy, I think the CGI Dumbo. I thought they did a decent job with the the Dumbo character. The other
Yes.
problem I had with Dumbo, even though I
They
didn't
had
see,
they had Dean, they had all of the elements there. All they needed was to stick to the story and let it be Dumbo. And they just couldn't do it. So, you know, that they just could not uh they just couldn't do
yes,
it. They
yes,
couldn't.
yes, Tina, it does. Yes.
I'm laughing at Tina.
Okay, Jennifer. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the other problem I had with that, as I understand it, they did not have Timothy Mouse in there. Um,
Yeah, what's up with that? I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know, and
it was.
that that's actually the
Oh, hey,
one of
Brian.
the top reasons that I actually, love the classic Dumbo is Timothy Mouse's character and his friendship to Dumbo, and
Mhm.
standing up for Dumbo in the midst of everything else in the movie going against him. His mother gets taken away. The other elephants, mind you, are teasing, and uh,
Oh, Brian.
thing. It's yeah.
I agree, Jonathan. I think Mulan. I think Mulan was good. Again, uh, I think there were several misses on that one.
I
We
never. I should
the
write that one
music
down.
the music in the live action was absolutely fantastic, and so to not pull any of that music or do any of that was, I think, a huge mistake. So there were some missteps in Mulan. It wasn't bad, but yeah, I agree with you, Jonathan.
Hey,
That
Brian,
was
welcome
really
in.
bad.
Timothy got stepped on. Well, I mean, I guess that would have been a realistic portrayal, but it is Disney. I don't know if they would have wanted to portray that.
They'll
I
have to
was,
put that on Touchstone, I guess, or something.
yeah, or Hulu or something. Uh, um, but that would kind of leads us down to another discussion. Is like, I mean, I guess if we're just gonna tell Disney to make all of them live action, um,
Right.
then that would this wouldn't be a discussion, but it would be really interesting what movies, if we were gonna just have a few more and stop there, which ones would we
Mhm,
want to see them tackle?
mhm,
I
mhm.
think what's the one? Um, Bambi, I think would be an interesting um, for them to try that out. Um,
Snow White would really be Snow White would be one. That would be an interesting one for them to take. You've got. I mean, they've already done Cinderella. You've got a Sleeping Beauty. All of your classic The Princess and the Frog. I mean, again with CGI as far along as we are and as good as it is these days, they could pretty much do any of it.
Yeah.
But um, you know, I just, I don't mind them doing the live actions, but the quality has to be there. Stop cranking out things that are really really sad imitations of the original. Again, these are beloved Disney classic films. Give them their due, and
Yeah.
everything doesn't have to be remade. I mean, that's just everything doesn't
Right.
have to be
That is
unless you
true.
look at it and you give it, I don't care how long it takes. If you're going to take one of the classics and make it into a live action, you can't mess it up. You just can't. And they've 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 done that so many times now that Disney fans are very disillusioned with the live actions. And so when they announce another one, we all go, ah, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Back to the D word. Yep.
Buzzword of the night. Well, he wrote. See, Brian, Timothy rode around on Dumbo's hat. So I'm sure if I was a mouse hanging out with elephants, I would want to be up high as well. I'd want to stay away from those feet for sure.
Yeah, that is true.
That's right. So,
Um,
CGI isn't the. I agree 100%, Jonathan. CGI isn't the answer to everything. Look at sci-fi using miniatures. Look at Andor using real-world sets first over CGI. Jonathan, you win the chat tonight.
that is true. Yeah,
Absolutely,
that's good.
100%. I think we're all kind of CGI wary, at this point.
Yeah.
Andor has really been. Andor to me is really, and I'm sorry I didn't mean to kind of run with this, but since Jonathan brought it up, I will make the comment that uh, Andor to me is very very real Star Wars, if you will. Andor gets back to it's in the same vein as the first three movies that were made, and even Rogue One. It's just very Star Wars. The look is fantastic. Yeah, I love. I think you're 100% right, Jonathan. 100% right that they need to go back to using real world sets. I agree.
Yeah. And Brian's got an interesting comment. Let's put this. They need to do a cross genre and combine Bambi and Rambo in a world where deer are sick of being killed by hunters. One deer stands for his fellows. Bambo.
You need to send that idea into Disney and see.
Um,
That's the as far as suggestions, that's the best I can do, Brian. Now I'm sure that a lot of people would like to see that. It's like
I mean, a live.
Bambi with a headband, and then well,
Yeah.
could be,
I mean,
could be. Sylvester Stallone might even step in as the voice. Who knows?
who knows?
Who knows? Oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys, if you're hearing noises. My kitty cat is making noises.
All right. Well, I went this week to Disney. I went to Epcot on Wednesday. Did I just say that? I just said that.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked out the Flower and Garden Festival, and I will be talking more specifically about the Flower and Garden Festival, what is there to be offered, or what they are having there this year. I took a few pictures, picked up the festival booklet, which I'll be referencing in the stream on Tuesday. But the flowers, very lovely. Don, I know you'll be there.
St. Patrick's Day.
Very very soon. And let's see, the list of, I only missed technically 4, but 3 topiaries total, which I thought was really impressive. And I did a live stream, which turned out being 2 parts. So there's 2, those are up on the channel. But I missed Donald Duck and Daisy, Donald and Daisy Duck that are near the Connections Cafe. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy were between France and Morocco, which I think is why I missed it, because I actually didn't go that way. I ended up after. Okay, here's what I did. Here's to recap the stream. I started in Italy. Started the stream. I walked around to Germany, China, that direction, Mexico, Norway, Mexico, checking out all the things, all the flowers, topiaries there. Then I took when I got to the front, I took a detour, went over near the Imagination Pavilion, and I checked out the Butterfly Garden, the walk-through Butterfly Garden, which they've had year after year. It's been different names. This year, they were calling it the Butterfly, I know last year it was Bambi's Butterfly House. And that's where they had the Bambi topiary at. And what is the I took a picture. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Oh yeah, I agree, Jennifer. I'm really looking forward to checking out Flower and Garden. Now I have the only festival that I have not been there for. I've never been there in person for a festival of holidays for some reason. I don't know why, but Flower and Garden is probably my favorite. I just really love it.
So it's called Butterfly Landing this year.
Okay.
Butterfly Landing. I did take video. I've got to put that together. But I did do a walkthrough of that.
And they've done a beautiful job with the topiaries that I have seen on live streams. They've just done it.
Here is one shot I got. I'll probably post a couple of these. But I might wait until I get this video together. And
it seems to me too, Jennifer, that they've done more topiaries for this year, which is wonderful. Just bring them on. Right? They used to give out applesauce there, but Dean got seeds.
Oh, you know what? I did get seeds, and this happened on the. You'll see it if you missed it. Missed the stream. Near on the bridge going from the between the front of Epcot and the where the walls are now in the going to the World Showcase, they are handing out spearmint seeds.
Spearmint seeds.
And then she just asked, "Yeah, you want some seeds?" For my garden, and yes, I'll take some spearmint. And so I will definitely. I'll be working on getting these planted.
Yeah, really. You should like do a little maybe a short or something, and planting them, and then maybe do short as they grow. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be good. They have, okay, that's what I was looking up. They have, let's see, the new topiaries, they have, well, I'm going to say Well, it's more than 2 individual topiaries, but the new this year are all the topiaries from Encanto
Yes, I saw
with
those. Yeah.
Mirabelle, Antonio, Isabella, Luisa.
Hmm.
Those are right at the front.
Hmm.
In fact, those are the on the thumbnail. Um,
Oh, those are fun. Yeah.
those are the what's on my thumbnail image. And the other new one is the Tiana topiary that's in the American Adventure.
Very pretty one. That Tiana topiary is very pretty.
Yes. Jennifer, they didn't give me anything.
Mm.
So if they are giving stuff out, they I got gypped. So
We got to see.
that's
So,
gonna be my answer. But no, the walkthrough was very enjoyable. You need to bring a little patience because the people, if you're done looking at the butterflies and flowers, and you want to move through, the people in front of you may not be ready to move. And so it does get warm in there. If you
mm,
like this weekend, may not be bad because it's supposed to be a little cooler, I think, here this weekend. Um, but later in the spring, I know that when I was there, when I was there Wednesday,
mhm.
and it was only a high of right around 80, the low 80s, which is nice out in the sun, but you're in the canopy, and so it does get warm. That's my point. It does get warm in
Mhm.
there, so the people stopping, just taking in everything, just,
Right.
be aware. And I know that when I was streaming, I went through there on the stream. You might notice that I kind of walked through the last part of it. I kind of took my time looking, and then I just kind of walked out of there a little more quickly. It's because I was just getting hot,
Mm,
and
mhm.
otherwise I would have taken my time with the rest of it. Um, oh, it was squeezed applesauce
Mm.
for other years. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get any applesauce. That sounded actually would have been good, especially if it had been like chilled. I would have loved some chilled applesauce. Disney, are
Mhm.
you
They
listening?
sound good.
Applesauce. Hello.
That does sound
Um,
good.
so anyway, from the butterfly tent, I walked back to the World Showcase. Right before I got to the World Showcase is where part one of my stream decided to die out. And so I walked to Canada and found a shady nook, and I restarted the part two. And then we looked at Canada. We then I continued into the UK, looked at that, and then we went into France and looked in there, looked around that pavilion, and that's where I ended the stream, looking out at at the um, the things, Skyliner. Dory, I'm having a Dory moment. Then the things, the things they have at Disney. That's what I was looking at while I ended the stream. So it was a very nice stream. And then I actually, the reason I missed the Miss Piggy and Kermit topiary is because I went the other way. I actually went back and got fish and chips in the UK. I
Mm,
had
wow.
eaten, don't worry, I had gotten my turkey leg earlier that day. And that'll be another video that may actually come out tomorrow. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, the Skyliner in France. Yes, Tina, the Skyliner in France. That's what I was looking at. Um,
Nice.
um, so the fish and chips I enjoyed. I
Mhm.
enjoyed my turkey leg, obviously. The fish and chips were good. I just the seating, you have to be careful. The seating is not as available sometimes during the day. So I found I had to use one of the stand-up tables that they have, which I made it work. But there was a sit-down table that became free about halfway through my meal. So I was able to sit down and enjoy that. And I sat down. They have this part. It's in the UK. You go down a little ramp, and there's a little section right on the water, and you can.
Then I'll be right back.
See the okay. You can see the friendship boat going back and forth, and so I enjoyed my meal very much, and there was while I was eating, I got some visitors. There were a couple of ducks, Disney ducks, that were going back and forth, that kept me entertained while I was eating. And that's a perfect spot for viewing Harmonious. I'll bet, yeah, it's right there. And okay. So, hello. You're still muted, Don.
This is Charles. He's the one, and look at he's not happy with me.
Oh, hello. You're on YouTube. Say hi to YouTube.
My big kitty. This is Charles. He's the one making all the noise, y'all. That's why I keep having to mute myself. But anyway, this is Charles. He's well, get down if you want to. It's sloppy animals, yeah. So now he's at my feet because going back and forth. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. But okay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Flower and Garden. I agree. I think Jennifer said it seemed like to her that they might have more topiaries, and so yeah, I think I love that. I think the topiaries are just so beautiful, and they've really gotten good at really reproducing them closely. Their faces and everything. It's really amazing. It's really amazing how they do it. Turles is spelled Turles, Tina. Turles is a character in Dragon Ball Z, and the cat actually belongs to my eldest son Adam, and he obviously he named him after Turles. If any of you are familiar with Dragon Ball Z, he's a character in Dragon Ball Z, so that's why he's named Turles. It's different. You gotta give him that. But the cat actually, he loves me. He I don't know. It could be because I'm the only female in the house. I don't know, but the cat absolutely loves me. He'll come and sit in my lap and rub all up over my neck, and he's sweet, and then he can be really cantankerous, like most cats can. But we love him. We've enjoyed having him. Sorry about that, Dean.
That's okay. So anyway, Jennifer set up here that where I ate in the UK is a good spot to watch Harmonious, and I can definitely see that. I watched Harmonious in back in Italy, and so I got a good shot. I did take a video. I attempted to upload it, but if you guys aren't aware, there's a copyright thing with YouTube and Disney, and I was going to premiere the video, and I got a notification from YouTube that it was blocked in all countries. So I went ahead and deleted that video. The thing I did put the video, I recorded the show. I also recorded some of the after show, some of the music that plays afterwards. I put those in a unique Google Photos album.
Nice.
And if any of you watching, I will mention it tonight. And if any of you watching want to check out and see what I recorded, I can send you the link to that Google Photos album. You can watch those two videos. It won't count for the channel. I won't get the views. But if you're interested at all, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'm more than happy to send that link to you to watch those shows.
Yeah, Harmonious. They put Harmonious on Disney Plus, Dean. That's what happened. They put Harmonious on Disney Plus, and so they don't want, so there. I mean, there are some. William had recorded Harmonious, and it got zapped. Everybody's. It just took down everybody's Resort TV one. All of us got zapped if we had Harmonious on there, and it's because they decided to put it on Disney Plus, and they want people to go to that platform to watch it rather than watching a YouTuber. So yeah, kind of a bummer.
Yeah, but I at least I got to see it the last time. That's the last time I'm gonna see it before it goes away, which will be in a couple weeks. 2.5-ish weeks, 3 weeks.
I believe it's April 2nd.
April 2nd or 3rd, which is
4th.
One.
April. Tron opens April 4th. I think it may be the 2nd.
Let's see, 1, 2.
That
About 3 weeks. Little more than 3 weeks. So Harmonious will go away, and
we only have 19 days for the 50th. The 50th. Goes away the 31st. So that too.
Yeah.
Harmonious is going to stay with Epcot forever, and we will also, hallelujah, we're also going to get Happily Ever After back at Magic Kingdom, and the 50th. Now Harmonious was not a 50th anniversary show. It was developed because they knew it was going to be replacing Illuminations regardless. So it was not technically developed for the 50th. But what's the fireworks show at Enchantment? Enchantment was. It is their 50th anniversary show. But it's going away, and they've already been testing the fireworks for
I saw that,
after. Oh my gosh, we are all so excited. We're all so excited about that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the WDW News Today had a thing that it appears that the show is unchanged, except that they do have projections on Main Street now, but the rest of the show is going to be the same, or appears to be the same from viewing the testing from the Contemporary is where they watched it. But to go back to Harmonious, I enjoyed watching Harmonious. With the video was recorded a little bit back, so there's some people kind of in the way, and so it's kind of the perspective of seeing it in a crowd, and you hear reactions around you, and being there in person, you hear it more. And it was one thing that I really is the bittersweet thing about the show, because it's had a mixed reception. It's that watching it in the crowd, you feel the energy that is there, and you hear the people the wows and the oohs
Mhm.
and some clapping and some,
Mhm.
and so that I really enjoyed that, and that's something you may not get
Mhm.
well before, or watching the Disney Plus video, or if you saw videos from before that were like right up close, no one in the way, and it was good sound. You don't get the crowd energy, which is you kind of get
Right,
on my video.
right. Mhm.
So that's one thing I just it was just a great experience. Um, so
It is different. It
yeah,
is different, to be there in person and experience it firsthand, rather than watching it on a live stream. I I still did that particular show lacking. They threw the kitchen sink at it as far as the pyrotechnics, and it has actually more fireworks than any show they've ever produced. But people were not happy with the taco barges and the Stargate, which is what we all, less than affectionately refer to as those big black barges
the
that they
oil
have to
rig,
have
yeah,
out there, for the show, because they didn't get moved out during the day. All of the barges for Harmonious, or for Illuminations, got moved out during the day, so that they did block the view across the World Showcase Lagoon. But it has gotten mixed reviews. People are not, as pleased with it, I think, as they had hoped. But I will say this, Dean, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. Um, I think that because of all the money they sunk into it, and because of it's obviously it's a big show. I mean, it's just epic as far as the size and scope and the scale of this thing. It's beautiful. Um, it was more the content, I think, that people were kind of surprised
mhm,
by. That being said, if I were Disney, I would have just let it run for another year. You know,
yeah,
just let it run. You've invested all this in it. Let it run for a little while. Let more people come to the parks and see it, and then replace it later. So, because basically they're just trashing that whole investment. And so I don't, we're getting Epcot Forever back, with and I'm assuming they're going to do the kites and, the whole thing. Epcot Forever, of course, was the interim show that they put out in between Illuminations and Harmonious. So they're bringing back Epcot Forever, and I'm sure they're working on a replacement for Harmonious right now.
yeah,
So
I
we'll
think they
see.
are, yeah, and I read somewhere, I don't remember where, and I think it's the new Epcot show, but I think it's going to involve drones in some
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
way, because I know the
Yes.
Disneyland Paris has a
Yes.
show with drones in it. So,
Yes.
I'm just eager to see what will happen, what will,
Mhm.
Disney comes up with. But I never saw Epcot Forever in person, so I'm looking forward to like getting back
Mhm.
out to Epcot
It's
to
good.
see Epcot Forever. It's a very
Well, I never saw it in person either, Dean. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one in person.
yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. After Harmonious on Wednesday, I stayed. Well, I mentioned I recorded kind of the after show, so I
Mhm.
stayed about 10 to 15 minutes watching that, and the crowd,
Mm.
cleared out, and so then I started walking back, and I really enjoyed my walk through the World Showcase with empty countries. There was like no one there.
Oh,
There was
wow.
like something I never get in the World Showcase. There's no people stopping to, with their strollers, you know, there's no people, going
Mhm.
playing Frogger across the World Showcase. It was just relaxing. They
Mhm.
had all the the lighting was up on all the countries, and it was just very
Music.
relaxing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
um,
Anytime you can stay late enough and shut the park down to where it's empty and you get that walkout, it's always so cool. It doesn't matter what park you're in. It's neat.
yeah, and I didn't. Yeah, I only stayed like 15 minutes, so it
Hmm.
wasn't like empty, but it was
Right.
emptier than like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Going.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just very nice.
Hmm. Hmm.
But earlier in the day, I do have a thing to show. I actually stopped into the creations shop to um, got some pins. I looked at the flower and garden pins. I wasn't really that thrilled with them, but I did see a couple other pins that I ended up getting, and I'm going to just make myself uh,
Oh, hey Dave.
big for a second. Hi, Dave. Welcome in. So I got 2 pins. I splurged. I was going to get one, but I got 2. This is the first one I got. Got
Oh, I
Pinocchio
like that.
there
Oh, that's
with
adorable. That's
Jiminy
adorable.
Cricket there.
With Jiminy Cricket, oh my goodness. Anything with Jiminy Cricket on it and I'm in. So cool.
And then so I got that one, and then I got this other one. Peter
Oh,
Pan
oh yeah. Good choices, Dean.
at the window there,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Great choices.
absolutely loved it. And so
Mhm.
I'll be actually taking some pictures of those, and those will be on my Instagram um, sometime.
Good. Good.
Oops. Hello. Oh
Yeah,
boy. Oh, here we
those are
are. Yeah.
both really nice, Dean.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
And
Yeah.
I tried. There were a couple other ones. There was, I'm trying to get like characters, and I already have. I actually didn't have a Pinocchio one yet, and so I'm glad I got a Pinocchio. I do have a Jiminy Cricket pin. I think I
Hmm.
got Jiminy Cricket. Um, so anyway, I was glad to get those.
Yeah.
Um,
I love anything with Jiminy Cricket on it. Jiminy Cricket is so classic Disney. His voice is just so classic Disney. I think Jiminy Cricket's voice is one of the reasons people miss Wishes, the fireworks show that was at Magic Kingdom for so many years because Jiminy Cricket narrated. And I think it's just, hearing, Walt's voice or, Jiminy Cricket, it just immediately, you're 5 years old again. And it's just really cool. So I love Jiminy Cricket. I watch for those too.
Yeah, yeah, I really liked that. Of course, Happily Ever After is a great show, but Wishes, I really like,
Hmm.
really do enjoy
Oh
Wishes,
yeah.
and it'd be neat to see if they could, do maybe a kind of an updated version of, not updated, but enhanced is the word I'm looking for. Kind of maybe working in some projections
Right.
on
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
castle, since they have that technology.
They do.
Would be interesting to see. But even without that, the Wishes show, I have the CD soundtrack, and I've heard it. I've heard the soundtrack. Also, they have there's YouTube videos with the music too. Like you can go back and listen to Wishes.
Yes.
And it's
Yes. Yeah.
just
It
really
was a great show. It was very
a good.
very nostalgic, like Happily Ever After, was very nostalgic. I think that's where they took a swing and a miss with Enchantment. they left out the pieces that just, grab your heart, and yeah, I think that's where they got off the track with Enchantment. So I think it's good they're bringing Happily Ever After back. The 50th is ending, and that was a 50th show. So it'd be interesting to see how long Happily Ever After runs. I think they could just let it run for they could probably let it run for however long because people love it so much.
Oh yeah,
To see what they develop behind it will be interesting. Take another crack at it, guys.
yeah. The other thing now, this is one thing I wanted to show. Speaking of the 50th ending soon, and I was a guest on the Hitchhiking Bones this past week. I was a guest, and we were talking about things to do. The 50th anniversary things to see before or do before they're gone. And the one thing that I know I sent you earlier, Dawn, was I found a graphic that shows you where all of the little statues are around all the parks, and that's another thing they
And
did.
we did that, Dean. If you remember, you came on Hitchhiker Chat, and we talked about all of the statues and where they were located. Do you remember doing that? And that was right after they first put them all up. So, yeah, the 50th, and of course they're interactive with your Magic Band Plus, and I bought Magic Band. I can show that to you guys. I'm looking forward to using it. It has never been used in the park, so those 50th golden statues, I'm going to try my Magic Band Plus out with those. That's going to be fun.
But I also so that'll be a lot of fun. But I had ordered this big thing. This is a coffee table book. It's kind of thick-ish.
Nice.
And it's show the back. It's got artwork.
It's beautifully illustrated, probably.
There's Tinkerbell there, flying up there above Disney World. So it's got it's a history of just kind of recounting the history of
nice.
the 50th. Features a forward by our favorite Bob Chapek.
Oh gosh.
Which is probably the thing about it.
But moving right along. Time to be moving along.
Right along. But it's got some here's one page. There's text, a lot of text and things. There's pictures. There's Walt Disney plane right there. There's
the illustrations and photos have to just be off the charts in this thing.
Yeah, and so this was I forget how much I paid for this. To be honest,
I will need to look that up on Amazon. What's the name of it, Dean?
It's called A Portrait of Walt Disney World, 50 Years of the Most Magical Place on Earth. And it's a portrait of Walt Disney World.
Okay.
And
okay. I'm going to look that up and see if they might still have that on. Oh, Jonathan.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I have not.
You're talking about somebody else. That's
really
maybe Josh tomorrow. Yeah.
So he's the dream. Oh, you mean Chapek? Not. I would not use the word dream
in the same sentence.
Possibly, I would probably nightmare, honestly.
Oh. Mm.
But I'm just looking through here, and it's a really heavy book, so it's really difficult to hold up.
Very nice. Yeah,
But it's
I'm gonna
but
look that one up.
I
That
just
mine's
need to look through.
very nice.
Take some time to look through here because I have not done that yet. I
Mhm.
bought it. I think I flipped through it once, and then because it's so big, I kind of put it away on a
Mhm.
somewhere. But here, this is on in the back cover.
Oh, yeah. Now that's probably that looks like the model that they're using for the statue that's going in at Epcot at some point,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Um,
that's inside and then you've
that's
got
cool.
that 50 pattern. It reminds me a little bit of the Haunted Mansion pattern right there, 50th.
Mhm. Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put that down because
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
way. If you're watching your weight, people, and you're doing regular weigh-ins, do not hold this while you're doing your weigh-ins because you will just
Wow.
word of wisdom
You
there.
should like read that like a paperback or something. Then just take your, just get a good bookmark and just start at the beginning and just read all the way through it. I bet it would be fascinating.
Yeah, I should. You know what? I picked up a Epcot map.
Hmm.
So I will stick this in there. Yeah. So anyway, it looks like a great book. Um,
Nice. Very
but
nice.
okay, I was so yeah. So I left after Harmonious, walked out. Park was empty at that point. I made it to back to the parking lot. They parked
Mhm.
me way out in Rocket. Okay, they recently renamed all the parking lots. Rocket is
Uh-huh.
way out. It's like about as far out as
Wow.
the lot itself. Fortunately, I was a
Wow.
couple of the first rows, but it's on the other side of the trees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was
You get past those trees, it gets real
walk.
sketchy out there, Dave.
Yeah,
That's a long way. It
it
really
was,
is.
and so I walked pretty much nonstop
Mhm.
from
Ah,
Italy, where I
man.
watched Harmonious, all the
Wow.
way out. I did stop in Creations Shop. I did have the opportunity to go say hi to Tanya, that crazy Disney lady. She
Yeah.
was there streaming, and I caught her while she was still there, and we chatted for a minute or two. And so I did make a pit stop there, but
It is, Tina.
I didn't sit down anywhere. Yeah, it was definitely it was
Man. Especially on, end of park feet. It's end of
yeah,
your park day and your feet are just, your dogs are barking anyway. It's like, oh, yeah, that's all. And Epcot is man, gosh, bring back the trams. Bring back the Epcot tram. It's just desperately needed. So that's something that Bob Iger could do and make all of us really happy. Epcot needs its trams
yeah.
back.
And they have the loading area. They have the ones on the right down the middle there, straight out from Spaceship Earth. They have another section loading area for trams out to the other parking lots too, if they're ever get busy on that section. So they
Right,
have a setup. They have a setup.
right.
They could definitely do that.
I
But
wish
yeah.
they would.
Well, this has been
Oh, well, Jonathan,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan, you are 100% right. If they brought back Horizons, I could do without the trams. That's for sure.
Yeah. Horizon. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about too is a project that just seems to kind of have quietly got pushed to the wayside is the Play Pavilion over there in Epcot. There,
Mm-hmm.
between what is now Guardians of the Galaxy
Mm-hmm.
and Mission Space. The Play
Mm-hmm.
Pavilion, it was
Right.
the body ride, Body Wars or Wonders of Life is what it was
Mm-hmm.
years ago. But they had advertised. Oh, okay, Dave. Dave is taking over as Disney
There's
CEO.
gonna be a coup. Space Mountain Dave Cantrell is taking over the joint.
We will have to like have a meeting,
Well,
and
and we can be your brain trust. We can
you're
all
going to need a
be your advisor.
board of directors, a board of
There you go.
advisors
There you go. We can handle
to.
it. We can do it, Dave. We can do it.
So yeah, the
Wonders
Wonders of
of
Life
Pavilion.
Pavilion, but
I
that
you're right about that, Dean. I haven't thought about that play pavilion in a while. That was kind of a blue sky project that they announced at D23, and uh, I really, as little as we've heard about the Cherry Tree Lane, piece that they were going to add to the UK pavilion, we've heard even less about that play pavilion. And I really do think the play pavilion could be very valuable, because you have so many kids there. It's Disney is for children. You know, Walt built Disney for children and their families, but I think it would be a great idea for them to go ahead with that. And I'd like to see. Did you see any like concept art or anything for that? What that was going to look like?
I saw it way back when, and I know that the Play Pavilion was when they had the Epcot experience.
Tina's going to work for Dave for free.
And oh, okay. I mean, I might need to be paid in turkey legs, but it wouldn't have to be. I could survive on maybe one a week if
Oh no, hold out for more than that, Dean. You need more than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't hear that. Shh, you didn't hear that. One a day. We need one a day to
There you
keep
go. Yeah.
the
Now
keep
you're
the,
in the ballpark.
to
Now
keep
you're in
the
the ballpark.
doctor away, and but yeah, and I was thinking the Play Pavilion. If they're not going to do the Play Pavilion, they need to do something. They really do need to do something. And now in the
You know,
middle
we've got
part,
Moana. We've got Moana Journey of Water coming,
yeah.
and I am really anxiously awaiting that. I hope that is a home run. If they, I'll tell you the thing that I am most excited about with the whole Moana thing is trees. That it's all they have a lot of trees and shade and benches, and it looks like it's going to be a great just chill out place. I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's a good space for them. I really do. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And that's actually where it was kind of where I've kind of gone with the bye Jennifer, great to see you. Have a great night. Please do not turn into a pumpkin. I want to hopefully you'll see your
Mm. Mine does that
yeah.
too, Jennifer. My carrot starts turning into a pumpkin as well.
Yeah, and I'll and
Not
yeah, it
just
is
it's not,
because
it's not just me.
it is yeah, and it
Thanks,
is
Jennifer.
past midnight Eastern time midnight. Um but it may not seem like it though because of the time change, so I don't know. Um but with the shade and the trees and everything, um that's
Right.
true, Tina. There is a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Um
That's true. But you have to
I hope
remember, I'm a mountain girl, and so I love trees. I hope they're. I don't know. Okay, Dean. and anybody in the chat, here's a question. Other than that gigantic Tafiti that we can see rising above the construction walls right now, has anybody heard a good definition of what is supposed to be in that space? I mean, is it going to be like a chill out space? Is it going to be
supposed to?
interactive with water? What are we going to get with that?
I think it's supposed to be an interactive walkthrough attraction.
Okay.
Basically. Okay. That's my understanding.
Well, that's what I've heard too. But that's pretty, I mean, you think about it, Dean, that's pretty nebulous.
Yeah.
Oh, how interact? What are you interacting with?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to revolve around water, and so hopefully it's gonna have. Hopefully, it has like some waterfalls. It's Moana, so it's gonna be like
something.
Hopefully, it looks like some kind of a Pacific island.
Dancing fountains.
Dancing fountains, maybe some waterfalls. They have.
They're really pretty.
They've got the. Oh yeah, Tina, like the trails around the tree animal kingdom, it'll be kind of, and hopefully they there's some kind of an environmental message about, the conserving water and all that.
Well, so, and with the tree, you're looking at, there are like 320 animal carvings on the tree. So, you have something to look at. But I never have. I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I'm just really curious about that space.
And it is, it is going to be like part of the middle. It's probably not going to be terribly huge. So that is one thing. It's not like the whole middle of the, what used to be Future World, and so, I'm just really
animal habitat. Okay. Says animal habitats. Okay.
Yeah, animal around the tree. I think she's talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. That whole, we've been waiting for several years for them to finish with, the walls there. So it'll be a really it'll be good when they take them down.
Oh yeah. Well, and we're none of us is going to know what to do with themselves without those walls. We're so used to going around them, and they've been there for so long. When they first announced that they were, especially just ahead of the 50th, they announced that they were going to totally redesign Future World. William and I went, maybe that's a little bit too ambitious, especially right before the 50th. And if you recall, guys, they actually had on the drawing board to shut down Spaceship Earth for over a year to totally gut it and redo it. And William and I are going, now, wait a minute. Just before the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, you're going to shut down the iconic ride that is inside the park icon, and then you're going to completely tear up half the park, the whole of Future World, so that really all that's left then is World Showcase. And granted, World Showcase by itself is impressive, but still, we thought, why are they doing all of this at once? I still think it was too. And then on top of all that, then we had the blip, and all that happened, which stalled construction. So it's at this point, like with Tron, it took them 3 years or 4 years to get Tron up and running, and technically it's still not open. It doesn't open till April the 4th, guys. We're just kind of weary of some of this.
Yep.
They built Disneyland, Dean, in 364 days from start to finish. They built an entire park back in 1955. And so, that's one thing I think that Disney really has to get back to, giving us these things with the added wow. That Disney, it does really great things, and they do it in a timely manner so that we get excited and we're not waiting for 4 years, so that by the time something opens, we're going, oh, okay, good, it's open. That's free, guys. That's my soapbox for tonight. I do remember that day. I do remember that. But
Yeah.
the point is, they built, and you have to have a
You broke up a little
and they
bit.
open.
Dawn.
Yeah, yeah. So, and guys, Epic Universal Studios is opening a new park, not a ride, not an attraction, a park very soon in 2024.
Yep.
So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so that's exciting. We've got some exciting stuff coming up, and that was
Yeah.
totally free. I won't charge you for that. That's my rant about Epcot, though. We were talking about Future World, and I guess that's where I was going with that
Yeah.
thing.
But
And
it's like, yeah,
Moana, I
they
want it to be successful. I'm rooting for Disney on this.
yeah, and it's like, and I think I've mentioned this probably to you talking at some point that Universal's making a whole new park. Disney is finishing up projects from the past half a decade, and they've got really nothing huge
On the drawing board
on the
right now.
drawing board. They have the Dinoland USA retheme on in the blue sky phase, but they haven't done anything since. They haven't said anything since D23, which was last fall. And so we don't know. We don't know how that's going. We don't know if it's going to end up being the Moana and Zootopia, or Moana or Zootopia, or none of those.
Right.
They also mentioned they want to do Encanto, Coco, and Villains, beyond Thunder Mountain, which sounded so grand, but we don't know what they're doing. That they're retheming Splash Mountain, which is not a huge. It was huge in that it's been kind of controversial, and people are gonna, are missing Splash Mountain. But as far as, it's not an expansion, it's not a park. So Disney's got to
new stuff.
Really got to put new stuff. We need new stuff, and to go back to the Play Pavilion, they can use that space. They need to use that space for something. If they don't do the Play Pavilion, they need some attraction. They need to do something. I don't know what it is.
I agree. Something to, Disney set its own bar extremely high over the years. Disney does not follow; they lead. They are the innovators. They bring us these amazing attractions and things that are just just wow things. That's what the Imagineers have done over the years, and they just need to get back to that. I think they during the Chapek regime, they got away from that, Dean, and I agree 100% with you. I think they need to get back with that. They need to do something now. I will say, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, guys, is the best roller coaster anywhere right now, and It just is. That's a fact. It's Guardians of the Galaxy blew us away. So they do have that, but they've got a lot. I mean, think about Tomorrowland. Think about the space where Alien Encounter and
Yep.
Stitch used to be. Do something with that space, especially now that you finally got Tron open and you've given Tomorrowland, that shot in the arm. Do something with that space. So they've got, again, Dino Land, do something
Yeah.
with that space. Give us some new stuff, inject some new life,
Yeah.
into those spaces so that they're not just dead space and people look at them and go, oh, well, this is an empty building or this is an empty space. So yeah, fix it,
Yeah.
fix it. Come on,
Yeah.
Disney.
And the thing, and I think they need to. I think once they finally get done with Epcot, I think
Mhm.
they need to continue with to, to do something to update Spaceship Earth. May not be the total overhaul that they wanted,
Mhm.
but I
Mhm.
think it's due for something. I think
Probably
the
is. Yeah,
imagination
okay.
is too. Of course,
Mhm.
keeping Figment because Figment is Epcot. That's how I feel about that. Uh, you know, so there are things they can do in Epcot. There are things they can do in Magic Kingdom. Like you said,
Mhm.
The Stitch, where the Stitch
Mhm.
escape used to be.
Mhm.
Another attraction was Stitch.
Yes, for
Stitch
sure.
fits
Oh,
in
yep, Stitch.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, people love Stitch. It puts, come up with something else to put in there. Dave says, I'm betting Disney has things up their sleeve that we're not aware of. I sure hope so. I sure hope so, Dave, because the things that they said at D23 this last year were just kind of ho hum. So
Yeah,
I think Bob Iger, I still have confidence that Bob Iger knows he's got to set this ship right and get it back on the course. And so I really hope, Dave, that you're right about that. The last, am I right, guys, that the last big thing Disney announced was Galaxy's Edge? I mean, that was their last big project for Walt Disney World was Galaxy's Edge, right?
as far as like a whole park land, I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because after that, it's just been like rides
Right.
and
Right.
attractions.
Right. So yeah. Um, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll
Mhm.
going forward. They did bring back the head of
Imagineering.
Imagineering.
Mhm.
So
That's good news.
you
That's a
know that
step in the right direction.
they're changing that. Bringing that to a better place. So I think that is one thing that Iger's doing is he is kind of like a chessboard. He's got
Mhm.
some moves in mind, but he's gonna make some moves first that
Mhm.
JPEG did.
Right.
And the so yeah, I'm
I think I,
optimistic.
I think he's trying to put all of his pieces back on the chessboard correctly right now. Is that kind
Yeah,
of with
yeah,
people in the right places? He's trying to get, and then once everybody is back and he has the team that he needs, then he can, then they can move forward. That's kind of what I see him doing right now. He realizes that they lost a lot of talent. To a lot of them went to Universal, guys. In Imagineering, in the imaginative, part of the company. So I think he realizes that he's got to get those. He's got to get some of those folks back in there, because um, Imagineers are the heart of the parks. In that, and Walt realized that Walt was the brains. He came up with the ideas, but he surrounded himself with talented engineers and artists and people who could bring all of that to life. And I hope that's what Bob Iger is doing right now. That he's bringing all those people back, and making sure that he has good people in good positions to, moving forward. I hope that's what he's
Yeah.
doing.
Yep. They need, and yep, I definitely, that's what they need to do.
Mhm.
Walt Disney, when he built Disneyland, like you said, it was 360
364 days from first
4
shovel of
days.
dirt to welcome to this, to all who come to this happy place. Welcome. 364 days. Yeah, they got it
Yeah.
done.
So
Whole
then the
park.
thing I'm thinking about that is that Walt Disney had Walt Disney had a dream and a passion
Yes,
for what he wanted.
that's true.
The Walt Disney Company now today, they might have a little bit of a dream and a passion, but it's not necessarily for they've become a company and a business, and now
Right.
they're in it for money,
Right.
and they've got status and standing everywhere, and it's
Kind of
kind
gotten
of
away
they've
from
gotten away from
the original recipe.
they've inched away from where, not maybe more than inched away from where Walt wanted the
Hmm.
company.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, so we'll see what the rest of, it's still early in the year 2023
it
is.
is. It is. Yeah.
Um, so yeah. So anyway, it continues to get later and later, and I do want to show one thing that I'm going to save that has got the 50th is this wax paper that I got. A
I
Mickey
love that.
pretzel. I got a Mickey pretzel and
Those little details.
little.
Mhm.
It was a decent pretzel, but this is a little memento for the 50th. I thought I'd show that. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming, watching tonight the stream, and thank you Don for coming on.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome. Thanks for having me, Dean. I really appreciate it. And
so
thank you for the
Don
details.
is, if anyone's watching, you're not familiar, Don is from the Hitchhiking Bones channel, and the Hitchhiking Bones go live regularly. They go live on Tuesday nights for the Hitchhiker Chat, and that is 10 p.m. 10 p.m.
Mhm,
Dory Brain,
mhm.
sorry. Dory, 10
It's getting
p.m.
late.
Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and Don is getting ready to do something this week. If you want
Oh,
to
so, Tina. I am. We
share.
actually, we're D23 members, William and I. And I actually was able to get the D23 Gold member Tron preview. And so I'm going, Tron does not officially open to the public until April the 4th. And I'm going this weekend for the D23. It'll be Saturday, that preview. I'll get to ride Tron as many times as possible within, like this 2 hour window that they've given us. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. So this is going to be like a quick, just a 5 day trip. We usually like to stay longer than that, but for this, we decided to, hop in there and do this. So I'm looking forward to riding Tron. I also already have check out the channel, guys. I already have some live streams scheduled for while I'm there, and so it's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it, and I'm gonna get to see you, Dean. We've got some
Yes, so
plans.
a
Be
week
great.
from tomorrow, I'll be heading down to Magic Kingdom and the area thereof, and
Mhm.
I will be doing a live stream that day, starting around noon Eastern time, and we'll be watching the Festival of Fantasy Parade during the stream. I'm gonna go around, take a one parting peek, as I call it, parting peek to the 50th statues that are in Magic Kingdom. They have 16 of them
Mhm.
there, and so we'll go around and we'll see the statues, and then that'll probably be the stream.
Wrap it
And
up. Yeah.
so then after the stream, one of the streams that you'll be doing, I know, will be that afternoon, and
Yes.
I will
I will.
be
I'll go live that afternoon.
I will
And
be
probably, I'm probably going to go to the Grand Floridian and take a look at those fantastic Easter chocolate sculptures that they
yes.
have in the lobby. And we may hop on the monorail and do the Poly and the Contemporary and see what all treats we can find and for Easter. And they probably have at that point they'll have some leftovers from St. Patrick's Day, I hope. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So that'll be a fun day. That'll be next Monday on the 20th. And I have my thumbnail up for my stream also. And
And so do I. We both have fun
it'll
for that, so y'all
be,
check those out.
I think I'm starting right at noon. The Festival of Fantasy runs at noon. And so I'll probably watch it
Mm-hmm.
either in the hub or on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be, we'll be looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
I will be live Tuesday for Let's Talk Turkey. I will be going more in depth about what the Flower and Garden has to offer. I will be sharing the pictures that I remembered to take. And then otherwise, I'll just probably go right through the book and do an overview of the Flower and Garden Festival. And that'll be Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and that will precede the Hitchhiking Bones at 10. And then Thursday, of course, is my Once Upon a Turkey Leg stream, and I have a St. Patrick's Day themed stream this week.
Yes.
So also the Mandalorian season 3 is out. The Hitchhiking Bones are also doing a series, Mandomania. Talk about that for a minute, Dawn.
We are doing each week we do a review of the episode for that week, and this week it's going to come on Wednesday, the 15th at 12 o'clock Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally we go live on Thursdays, but because of my trip, we're going to back it up to Wednesday for this week. So the thumbnails are already up for that. It's some of the best content, I think, on our channel. William and I love it. We have a lot of fun with it. Yes, and episode 2 was Jonathan. Wow. Yeah. Really blew me away there at the end. So, go ahead and watch episodes 1 and 2, catch up with us. We've already done episode 1, and we're going to do episode 2 on Wednesday before I leave on my trip on Thursday. And it's just a ton of fun. And yes, Jonathan, I was really excited about the end of episode 2. So y'all join us. It's a lot of fun.
Alrighty, yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. Check that out. Check out my streams. Check out their streams. Check out everybody's streams. Space Mountain Dave, great channel. He goes live throughout the week. I'll go ahead and shout Dave out as well. And the Space Mountain Dave and the Hitchhiking Bones, you can find their channel as well as several other channels that I feel like I've connected to throughout the years. I have the Friends of the Turkey Legster. Those are featured on the front page of my YouTube channel. So check those out. And if you're not familiar with any of them, go and check them out. Say hi, and Turkey Legster says gobble gobble. So anyway, thanks again, everyone watching live, watching on the replay. If you have not pop the like button. If you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments, and I will respond to you ASAP. And that will wrap up the stream tonight. So you all have a gobble-tastic night, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dane. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great night.